feeling coming off the game the other night?
Yeah, excited. Just great to get a bounce back win against a really good team, and just super excited the momentum that we got from that game too. Just looking forward to carry it on to tomorrow.
You finally feel like you got a little bit of a groove by attacking the basket and got your game going a little bit offensively?
Yeah, definitely. I'd definitely say I wasn't focusing on my shot as much during that game. I was just trying to find, little ways to affect the game, and I think, getting on the offensive glass more helped me out, and then just making plays defensively helped me out as well.
How's your finger? And how'd you do that?
My finger?
Yeah.
It was during practice. It got dislocated. It got caught up in a jersey. It bent in a weird, freaky way, and then, James popped it back to place. But it's good right now. It's all good.
Middle finger?
Yeah, it's my middle finger.
How is the chemistry or maybe the collective personality of this group different from last year, from what you've seen so far?
Yeah, it's super different. I think we just had I think last year's group has had so many personalities, and this year's group, we have a lot of guys that are very chill and laid back. So, just trying to mesh that as well. But I think you see two different sides of people when you get on the court and off the court. And you see on the court that we're very energetic, have a lot of pop, and, everyone pretty much saw Cam's thing. So, you saw how much pop he has on the court, too. So, I think when we get on the court, it's just a different type of people that we are.
Alex, Steph was understandably maybe a little rusty the other night. How does it look the last few practices? What do you see from him?
Yeah, he's looked a lot better these last practices. I think he's getting his legs under him right now, so his shot's coming a lot better. And, just getting back into game shape is definitely the key for him. And I think he's been doing a terrific job so far.
How do you think Solo has grown? He obviously was forced into a bigger role with Steph out. How do you think he's grown, benefited from that role?
So much. He's grown a lot. I think for him, getting those minutes definitely increases confidence, and you see game by game how much he's improved. And what he did against North Carolina was special, just to make those big time shots for us, and just to play the way he played, he was unbelievable. And it's scary because he's only going to get better.
How do you look at tomorrow's game when it's sandwiched in between all these big time matchups? Is it easy to overlook it and kind of look past it to Gonzaga? How do you look at it?
It can be, but I think we just got to look at it as if it's any other game. I think we got to continue to be relentless, continue to do what coaches want us to do, and we can't let off. We can't let off, especially coming off a big win and then headed into a big time game next week. So we just got to continue to do what we're doing.
Did you make a conscious effort to attack the basket more, just to try to get yourself on track the other night?
I think so. I think Coach definitely emphasizes me trying to affect the game in a different ways, but mainly it's just reading the defense. I think I had more an aggressive mindset towards the basket, I'd say that, but really just doing whatever the defense gives me.
I was in a practice before the North Carolina game that you hurt your finger?
Yeah.
You said Cam was popping on the court, and he got player of the game Tuesday against UNC. How is he adjusting so far as a UConn Husky?
It's been amazing. He fits in here perfectly, just how Coach Hurley operates and just his mindset towards basketball as well. He's really the perfect fit, and, every game you just get to see more and more of who he is, and, he's been unbelievable for us. We really need him.
Did that emotion that came out of him, did that surprise you at all? You see that fire all the time? Or, there's a little bit of extra there.
We see it all the time. Honestly, all that fire, it was probably one of his chillest moments, I'd say. In practice, he does way more. But, we loved it. And we really fed off the fire that he gave us during the game.
I was watching the game back on TV, and I saw Samson go up to him every time, just tell him to calm down. And is that the role Samson kind of plays with you guys?
Yeah, he likes to be calm, and so I try. Yeah, he's very calm, and Samson definitely tried calming him down, just to be smart in the moment.
Where do you want to get better as a team, you think, tomorrow? What do you want to work on?
I think defensively. I think we can continue to get better defensively, just really lock in on the scouting, lock in on the personnel. And I think if we get better defensively, it just creates more opportunities for us offensively. So it really just starts on the defense and being tough.
How much does it help? You have so many guys who can score. How much does it help if somebody's having an off night that you have other options?
It helps us so much. I think that's one of the beauties of this team. It's just one guy can go off, and we just continue to feed off that guy. We have so many weapons in the starters off the bench to where it could be hard to game plan for us and really just make adjustments throughout the game. It can be difficult.
Does it feel like it's going to take a little bit for Steph to get up to speed, or can you see him doing that already in practice?
I can see him doing that already. I don't think, he's such a talented player, and he's just talented that it's just going to catch up to him right away. And I think during the practice he's gotten so much better to where, you definitely see he's getting the time that he needed. So, he's been way better lately.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey,
You've had a couple of big tests lately, personally. I mean, how'd you come out of those games feeling about your game?
I feel like defensively I held my own mostly. Obviously Hunter had a couple big threes that, kind of hurt us that, I could have closed out a little bit better on. But, in the paint, I feel like I held my own against, Dickinson and Baycott. And, but offensively I just feel like I need to produce more and, finish, more strong around the rim and, finish these, what should be easy opportunities. I feel like, in the North Carolina game, I had a much better second half than I did first half, and I was able to get my momentum going, and just trying to help my team win any way possible.
What's the biggest difference between last year's team and this year's team in terms of the vibe or the personality, the feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this year's team, everyone's just trying to find a way to fight the way on the court, and we're still trying to, everyone's trying to realize what their role is. I feel like last year, people were, I feel like they identified their roles much sooner, but I feel like now everyone's starting to, find out what their role is on the court and what they should be doing in order to help this team win. But I feel like everyone's getting along well, everyone's connected. Even when through the tough times. The other day, North Carolina made a little run, and we stuck together, and we ended up making our little run that gave us that little bit of a lead in the end of the game. So I feel like this team's very connected, and we could do special things.
How's Steph coming along? Obviously, a little understandable rust the other night, but he seemed to be improving each day.
Yeah, I mean, it was like first game, for him really. It was a big game and a big stage. Hasn't played a game in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So, to go out there and he had a couple big plays. Good big finish, rebounded the ball well. Had a big shot on Baycott in the paint, and that's just big things that we need from him. And he has the athleticism and just the strength to have big plays like that, like Andre did last year. And we're gonna need him coming up in this big stretch.
You guys want to get out of tomorrow's game? Like, what do you want to work on besides winning?
Yeah, I feel like we got to defend the 3-point line. Tomorrow's a big time matchup for 3-point line. They shoot a lot of threes. They like to get them up, averaging around 30 threes a game. So, we've been struggling guarding the 3-point line. So tomorrow, we just want to prove that we can guard the 3-point line. We could guard all three levels, and that we have a great defense.
Looking back at last year, how well do you think it prepared you for some of these challenges you're facing early on?
Yeah, I mean, we played some of the best, teams in the country, within the last couple of weeks of the year, and, at the biggest stages, so playing these big games and these big teams, if I kind of, those big games last year got me ready for that, and, we got the returners ready for that, really, and, that's just us, carrying on to the young guys and telling the young guys, what it takes, to win these big games at, such a high level and such big arenas, like MSG and at Kansas, and, what we're going to be playing, at Gonzaga and stuff in Seattle. So, it was definitely, last year's games definitely helped a lot.
How comfortable are you guys in those games, the big games?
Yeah, I mean, you try to just, ignore out the crowd. I mean, Kansas was hard to ignore. I mean, my ears were ringing, as, during the first half. But, it's, you just stick together and, keep your circle small. You don't worry about the fans. The fans can't block shots. The fans can't, make you miss and stuff, They can't make you not play hard, So you just got to go out there and play your game, and, just the rest will come.
Feel like your free throw is going to get there. It looks good until it gets to the basket.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I feel like recently I've had definitely trending upwards, and the confidence. I feel like at the beginning of the season it was just in my head I wasn't keeping my routine the same. I was in my head saying, "Oh, I hope I make this one." Now it's just being confident. And, every time I step to the line, taking a deep breath, and just having the confidence that I know is going in.
How far along do you feel like you are as far as just getting back to full health, getting fully comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm right there. Obviously, some days are more sore than others, but I'm right there, and just being able to practice at full level and at 100% speed. Today was definitely a good day. Today definitely felt great, and I feel like once I get my confidence there, and just once I feel 100%, I feel great. Don't get me wrong. Just like I said, some days are more sore than others. So just once, if it's a great day, and I just want to be able to push through, and but hopefully I'm right there to every day being a great day.
Does it feel like the team sort of needed this stretch where you have this game tomorrow, and then you have a few days off before you fly out to Seattle?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of nice, having 3-4 days between these games, and then having 4 or 5 days before the Seattle game. Just maybe get a day off and have some rest and get the guys ready for after Gonzaga. Big East is here, and so it's going to be a long stretch, a long period of time, some big games. So we just gotta get as much rest as we can, and just be ready to play every single day. And tomorrow's a big one, and we just got to go out there with the same mentality we did going into North Carolina.
Who personally do you pay attention to what's going on with other Big East teams? Like, you flip on a game every once in a while. Like,
yeah, I mean, if I'm ever laying in bed or just relaxing, I'll just go through. If I see any Big East teams playing, really, I'll watch and just I just gotta prepare myself to know what I'm playing against in a couple weeks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So how do you guard against Kansas, North Carolina, Gonzaga, but tomorrow? How do you guard against overlooking tomorrow's opponent?
It's just the same approach, just making sure you're locked in on the main goal, just keeping them off the three-point line and not letting them score.
How has it benefited you to get this playing time while Steph's been out?
It's been really beneficial for me. I'm sad that Steph got hurt, but it really helped me, and it's actually helping Steph too. It's just helping all of us, just finding our roles as a team. So I mean, it just helped me a lot.
In what
since
way
being out.
has that helped you?
Just being on the ball or just off the ball, knowing where I need to be on defense. That's really how it's helped me.
The shots against North Carolina the other night, you look like you shot with a lot of confidence. Is that what you feel like you're doing now?
Yeah, I think just gaining confidence. Just one game just helped me pick my confidence up, and just hopefully getting another good opportunity when I just show more.
Were you getting nervous in games? Because Coach said he knew the shooting was going to come because you make shots all the time in practice.
I wouldn't say nervous, but I would say, like, in the sense, I just got to make sure not thinking about it too much, overthinking on shots, just letting it know, making sure that I know every shot I take is going in, kind of having that confidence. And when I picked that up, then it started falling.
How's Steph been looking?
Great. Great. It's just great to see him. That's my brother. Live with him and everything like that, so it's been great.
Has he been encouraging you throughout this, since you took over?
Yeah, he's just been great help, and so the rest of the guys, and just acclimating me, just getting the company to the team and stuff like that.
When you say Steph is doing great, do you feel like he's ready to make an impact, or does he need 3 or 4 games to get into a rhythm?
It's up to Steph. I think Steph is one of the best passers in the country by far, easy, and that's just what he does, and he just makes everyone around him better, and he could make plays for himself and his teammates. I think that's just what makes him so good.
What's it been like at UConn so far for you?
It's been a wonderful experience. I would never choose any other school. If I just looked over any of my options, I wouldn't choose any other school. I would pick the same school 100 times over.
Because of the media, right?
What do you hope to get out of tomorrow's game, personally?
Just to continue growing, just to build on top of certain performances, continue my defense, just not draw attention away from that, just keep focusing on the defensive end, because that's where I've been gaining my focus, and when I pick up my defense, then the offense just flows a lot easier.
I don't want to jinx you, but you haven't turned the ball over much this year. Very few turnovers. Just trying to make good decisions? Is that?
Yeah, just trying not to do too much. Just trying to make sure I'm playing within myself and not trying to mess up the offense.
Thanks.
Thank you.